Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of John Matrixx Talks Movies. If this is your first time visiting the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me. Today, I'm going to give you my non-spoiler review of Glass. Now, I will say this right off the bat. This movie will divide the fan base, I believe, mainly because of the third act of the movie. But I will get into that. But first off, overall, I did like this movie. I really did like the movie. The first two acts of the movie is very strong, very strong. And there's a bunch of build up to this climactic event that is supposed to happen in the third act of the movie. And I'm like on the edge of my seat. I'm waiting. And it really doesn't happen. Not the way that the events were going to play out, at least the way we thought they were going to play out. Now, we all know James McAvoy is the Beast, Patricia, Hedwig, all these different personalities. He is just so good. James McAvoy is so good in the role of Kevin Wendell Crumb. He is so amazing as the Beast. Of course, we have Bruce Willis back as David Dunn, another strong performance from him, and of course Samuel L. Jackson back as Elijah Price, aka Mr. Glass. Also, Anna Joy Taylor, she's back also from Split. Now, the individual performances by the actors in the movie were top-notch. Very good. I have no complaints at all about the acting in this movie. My main problem is the third act of the movie. Where do I begin with that? Did I like the third act of the movie? Yes, to a certain extent. I was expecting a whole lot more from the third act because the whole movie really is about, once you get the character of Elijah Price involved in the movie, it's all about him building up the third act. It's almost like a Neo versus Agent Smith type of showdown that we're expecting in the third act of the movie. And it really doesn't happen the way that we think. The cliffhanger overall in the movie is not what you would think. Now, watching the movie, pretty much all of the events happen the way that we think they're going to happen if you've actually watched the trailers. We all know David Dunn ends up in this psychiatric hospital with Kevin Wendell Crumb and Elijah Price. That pretty much happens just like that. And we all know that Elijah Price wants the Beast and David Dunn to go head to head. That's not a surprise. That's not a spoiler. That was in the trailer. Yes, that happens. But the way it all plays out in the end, I think is going to really tick off a lot of fans of Split and Unbreakable. To quote Luke Skywalker in The Last Jedi, this is not going to go the way you think. And M Night Shyamalan, he threw us a wrench in this one. He really did. I don't know how fans of the franchise are going to accept the end of the movie. I just really don't know. I was really expecting a whole lot more, because this movie is supposed to be all about the world finding out that there are superheroes. And does the world actually find out that there is superheroes? Yes, it does happen. It really does happen. But not in the way that we were expecting and not in the way that it should have happened. So that was a letdown. It really, really was. Because I really, really enjoy these characters. I really, really enjoy the acting from the actors involved. And watching this movie, I was really on the edge of my seat. Once we actually got Elijah Price involved in the movie, I think that's when everything really took off. Now, we all know that at the end of Unbreakable, there was a huge cliffhanger where we actually found out Elijah Price was pretty much the mastermind of all of these attacks. At the end of Split, that's when we first got to meet the Beast. Those are two huge cliffhangers in the franchise. And in this movie, I don't think we really got that. I don't. So if I had to rate this movie, I'm going to give it a B. It's not as good as Unbreakable. It's not as good as Split. It's still a good movie, but it is a B. Now, if the events played out the way that we were hoping that it would play out, this would have been an A. But the end game of the movie wasn't the best. And that's the way I'm going to leave it at that. Have you seen Glass? Let me know your thoughts in the comments on Glass. Try not to spoil it for people that haven't actually seen it, but I want to know your thoughts on this. If you're new here to the channel, please hit subscribe to catch future videos from me, and we will catch you on the next video. John Matrixx, out.